What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Gonna do the final review over the Shieldon Scythe XL. Now this thing's kind of wicked. Really kind of liked it for a couple reasons. Obviously here's the blade style. They say it's a pickle, or not, not a pickle, but like a pikel, Pikal. So that's pickle. I was thinking maybe now that I'm looking at it again, pikel. Um, I kind of thought it was kind of karambit looking, obviously, like the blade look, blade style. I don't know if they're related or if it's the same thing. I don't know. A lot of companies have their own names for different blade styles, so it's just how it kind of goes throughout the knife community. But that's all right though. But this thing was pretty actually, actually kind of cool. I've used it a little bit here and there, mostly on. This is gonna sound kind of stupid, but it's great for opening up mail. I'm telling you, you got that nice little pointed edge right there, point right there, and it is razor sharp. So I was kind of impressed with it in that aspect of it. Um, so I just kind of thought that was funny because someone even asked me like, "That's kind of a useless knife," and I was like, "No, for self-defense purposes, like it's a pretty nice knife, but for opening mail, it's about the best thing out there. You just slide it right in and it just cuts right open." I don't know, call me crazy, but that's what I liked it for. But I do like the way it looks though. I do like that reverse tux look. You do have titanium along the handle or titanium handle. You have a like a little emblem right there for the pivot, which I thought was kind of cool for the Shieldon look, the Shieldon emblem. You have a nice backspacer right there, ridges along it, help with like grip and everything like that too. But nice and titanium. And on the inside, it is. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can show you right there. It is skeletonized a little bit on the inside, both sides, just for help with that weight reduction. It is a frame lock, which I have noticed. I don't know why. Sometimes when I open it, it is kind of smaller, but sometimes I have to make sure I keep my finger off of the frame lock. It opens obviously pretty well when it's off the frame lock, but sometimes I find myself putting my finger on that right there, and obviously kind of causes a little bit of problem. But overall, though, it does open pretty smooth. Um, what was I going? Oh, the D. Oh, that's what DC blades. That's right there. Let me get you. That is the designer right there. That is DC blades. Pretty cool dude. It seems like. Kind of talk to him off and on, like a handful in like group chats and stuff like that. Not like directly to him, but I've seen him talk. He seems like a pretty good dude. Um, has a lot of other knives out there, stuff like that, other blade styles. Seems like a pretty good guy, good designer. So I can't say I don't like this because this thing is pretty wicked. And like I said, I do like it for opening mail. I don't know why. Sounds kind of stupid. It sounds kind of expensive for opening mail, but I've actually had a lot of people like I've done some shorts on it and stuff like that, and a lot of people have commented on it saying they actually really liked it, which is really kind of surprising. I thought, it's not my blade style, my knife style personally, but I actually, once I carried it around and used it a little bit, I was like, I kind of dig it. Like I said, for self-defense purposes, it's probably, I like it though. I like it for self-defense purposes. I do. Just because I always have like karambits kind of. I have a fixed blade one in my bag that I carry around everywhere, and I use that, if I ever need fixed, or not fixed blade, but if I ever need it for self-defense purposes, that's what I have for that. But hopefully I'll never need that, obviously, right? But I also have a pocket knife on me still and stuff like that, so don't have a pocket knife, or I also carry a firearm, so I have multiple self-defense outlets, I guess. But it does have DLC. It says it's a black DLC, so they say it's DLC. I didn't test that by scratching or anything like that because this is not my knife, and I prefer not to do that to someone else's knife. And this is from the pass around group, so it's been handled a little bit, but still. CPM S35BN. So I have a couple knives in S35, and they are pretty sharp, and they stayed pretty sharp too over time. Pocket clip is titanium. It is reversible also, which is nice. It's got a nice little filler tab right there, which I'm afterthought. For me, that's like usually an afterthought. I feel like with some companies, but they filled it in, which was awesome. And I like this thing right here, that little ceramic ball right there. I like that. It works pretty well. Pocket clip's pretty good. And like I said, it works. It's so cool. I liked it. I don't know. That's just me. It is got some micro milling. I can kind of show you right there on that pocket clip right there where it's flat. You can kind of see it right there. I have problems showing it even in my light. But I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know why. It looks like a fingerprint, like a thumbprint right there. Um, It also has jimping, I guess you could say, on the blade. Kind of. This is the one thing that kind of caught me off guard. I thought would be awkward because the way it goes up like that. Oh, I always say I like the little ramps on knives when they got those little ramps kind of going up ever so slightly. Well, this thing has got like the crazy ramp, but I think it's pretty cool. It works pretty well. I feel like I could put a lot of pressure on it so I can get a good cut if I ever needed to with whatever. But like I said, I primarily just use it for mail. And it's kind of expensive for mail, but it's still a cool knife. A lot of people liked it. So obviously, if you like it, pick you up one. I will say the price is $160, so it is a little pricey, but not honestly not bad if you think about other knives for this like I guess area of like premium materials because you have titanium, you have gray, you have S35VN. Maybe a lot of people won't pay that much for S35. I don't know, but I think for the price, it's not really all that bad. Obviously, if you're going to use it for more more than just mail, pick you up one. But if you go, I don't know. I just used it for mail. Obviously, it's not mine. It's from the pass around group, so that's why I used it for mail. But let's check out some specs and stuff on it too. Check out a weight real quick. All right, 3.3. 3.3. All right, so it's 3.3. So it's not too bad, not too heavy. Let's check out some screws. They look like T8s, which would be nice. T8. Oh, T8. T8. Everything is T8. All right. I was kind of surprised. Most of the time you find T6s right there where the frame locks are at. Stuff like that. Those are normally T6s, so that's kind of nice right there. This is my first Shieldon knife I've got to handle too, so that was kind of... Honestly, it was a very nice surprise. I said I would check this out, not having a clue about it, and thinking I probably won't like it just by looking at it. Yeah, I like the way it looks, the aesthetics of it, like the color scheme, like the gray titanium and the black, the reverse tux look. Love that, always have. But I didn't think I'd actually like this as much as I did, which kind of surprising. And a lot of people have asked about like just where can I get one? I'm like, oh, okay, well, crap, I wasn't prepared for all that. Obviously, I'm not going to go over the entire cutting edge. I'll just get the straight distance of it. So you look at about 2.65 for the cutting edge, just for that. Obviously, if I wanted to really get you one, I can't. I ain't got nothing for that. I'm not going to go, woo, all that crap. So overall length is about 7 inches, so not too bad. But that's all I've really got. Let me sit here. I'll show you a size comparison and get the practice out. So it's not all that big. It's actually quite small. So as you can see right there, but it doesn't feel like that bad because you have plenty of room to get your finger right there, choke up a little bit. You have a little bit of extra room right there, and you can put your thumb anywhere right here. I kind of like to put mine honestly a little higher. Oh, hold on. Depends. Like if I'm up kind of close to the flipper, I do like to have it up a little higher. Obviously, you can put it down here a little lower if you want. If you have smaller hands, it's not bad. But it actually is a pretty dope little knife, and I'm really impressed with it. But again, this is the Shieldon Scythe XL, $160. Not too bad. I like it. They have budget versions out there too. So, and they also have, I think it's straight this black titanium version as well. So they have a couple budget and then another titanium version. I think this is the most expensive one. I don't remember how much the black titanium was, but I know the other ones are under $100. So if you like them, check them out though. I'm telling you, they're pretty dope. But that's all I really got. If you have any questions or comments, just leave in the comment section. If you like the video, just leave a thumbs up, guys. Thanks.